This is Tim Bryce with my column titled, Lacking Faith in Political Polling. As we enter another major electoral cycle, we begin to hear more from political polling organizations, most of which I do not trust. They were dead wrong in the 2016 presidential election, so much so their credibility has yet to recover. I think it comes down to the methodology they use to conduct a poll. Some use general registered voters, some do not. Some are strictly aimed at a particular political party, and others will take whoever has a pulse, be it a citizen or not. All of the polls are aligned somehow with the news media and a political party. As such, they are there to make money to support their operations. They do not make money for predictable results, but rather by the unexpected, just like the sensational press. Consequently, they exist to create intrigue and controversy. This is helpful for their cause, but unfortunately it confuses voters who begin to question their favorite candidate's viability as a contender. This is precisely what they want. In other words, it is not in the polling institution's best interest to make accurate predictions, but to create voter anxiety in an attempt to create an addictive dependency on their service. This is why I no longer take political polling seriously, as I have witnessed this drill so many times over the years. Let's be clear, like the mainstream media, most support the Democrat agenda. However, even the Republican-leading polls are trying to cast doubt among the voters in order to improve ratings. It's all about money. Even ardent Republicans have doubts about the president's chances for re-election. It is one of those situations where if you tell people something enough times, they will eventually believe it. Cooler heads know the president will easily win. Over the years, I have studied the polls closely and reported on the progress of candidates. Personally, I rarely found the polls of the mainstream media to be accurate. This includes those of ABC, Washington Post, CBS, CNN, Fox, New York Times, Politico, and the Wall Street Journal, NBC. I cannot remember the last time a Fox poll ever got it right, nor NBC, CBS, ABC, etc. In 2016, night after night, the news media quoted the polls to tell the public Donald Trump didn't have a chance to win the nomination or the election. Remarkably, he won in spite of their predictions. The remaining polls tend to be more independent, but most still have some form of political connection. For example, we have the Gallup organization. Founded in 1935 and headquartered in Washington, D.C. and Omaha, Nebraska, Gallup is one of the oldest and most trusted polls. The CEO is Jim Clifton, who is thought to lean Republican. Since its founder, George Gallup, passed away in 1984, the company was sold to Selection Research Incorporated. Clifton may be a Republican, in name only, but his writing suggests he leans to the left. Next, we have the Pew Research Organization. Founded in 2004 and also headquartered in Washington, D.C., Pew is a nonprofit, tax-exempt 501c3 organization and a subsidiary of the Pew Charitable Trust, its primary funder. The company was founded by the Times-Mirror Company, which was acquired by the Tribune Company in 2000. The Tribune Company owns the Chicago Tribune, Los Angeles Times, Orlando Sentinel, the Central Florida Sun-Sentinel, the Baltimore Sun, the Allentown, Pennsylvania Morning Call, Hartford Current, and the San Diego Union Tribune, as well as many radio and TV stations, including superstation WGN. The president is Michael Dimock, whose roots are from academia. Next, we have the Public Policy Polling Organization. Founded in 2001 and headquartered in Raleigh, North Carolina, PPP CEO is Dean Debney, an admitted Democrat. Next, we have Rasmussen Reports. Founded in 2003 and headquartered in Asbury Park, New Jersey, the company was founded by Scott Rasmussen, who is believed to lean Republican. However, he left the company in 2013 to pursue other interests. The company is now owned by Nosen Lowen Partners, the majority investor, and there is no sign of the political inclinations of the company. The three universities commonly quoted in polling are Monmouth University. Their polling division was established in 2005 and is located in West Long Branch, New Jersey. The director is Patrick Murray. Next, we have Quinnipiac University. Their polling division was established in 1988 and located in Hamden, Connecticut. The director is Douglas Schwartz, Ph.D. Next, we have Suffolk University. Their polling division was established in 2002, is located in Boston, Massachusetts. The director is David Palilogos. Interesting, all of the directors are careful about not disclosing their political inclinations. Aside from residing in the New England area, which tends to lean to the Democrats, there appears to be nothing in writing suggesting their political bias. Other polls worth noting are Investors Business Daily /TIPP, which has been very accurate in their predictions. Also, isidewith.com. I have found this little-known site to be very accurate in the primaries. Although it is intended to be a political matchmaking site that gives insight into how voters think, it is updated daily and provides surprisingly accurate data. Putting it all together, we have the big kahuna of political polling, which is Real Clear Politics, the source most quoted by the news media. Surprisingly, most people are unaware of how it works and naively accept their findings as gospel. Basically, the company doesn't conduct polls itself, but analyzes the polling data of others. It lists any poll and calculates an average. For example, if we have poll A of between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, where it was 46 to 43%, and poll B, which is 49 to 45%, and poll C of 49 to 46%. The average, therefore, would be 48% for Clinton, 44.6% for Trump. In other words, it's all based on averages. Here's the rub, though. What if the polls are biased, such as those mentioned earlier by the mainstream media? Mixing tainted data with legitimate polls is mixing apples with oranges and will inevitably produce erroneous results, something you definitely do not want to bet the ranch on. So, is the system rigged? If the mainstream media is either quoting their own poll or the averages from Real Clear Politics, then yes, their credibility is highly questionable. However, knowing the news media's agenda, they will keep quoting these polling results over and over again until the public buys it. Something to remember from the 2016 election, going into voting day. The poll said Mrs. Clinton had already clinched the election. Her supporters became too confident and failed to show up on election day, and we know the rest of the story. A similar phenomenon will likely occur again in the 2020 race, where the polls and news media will claim a victory for the Democrats. What they fail to mention is how the Republicans distrust the media. Also, the impeachment hoax has energized the president's base and will encourage more people to vote. In all likelihood, the 2020 election will be the largest voter turnout in our history. And I didn't need a poll to figure this out. So, is the system rigged? You betcha. Friends, keep the faith. This is Tim Bryce in Palm Harbor, Florida. Follow me on the internet at timbryce.com.